Hello everyone, we are back with a new video. This time it's Dragon Ball Daima episode 14, Taboo. And after last week's somewhat disappointing episode, thankfully we do get some plot progression. No action, but that's fine, but we do get some plot progression. So let's dive on in. So the first thing of note that happens is we get introduced to a new force for Demon King Goma, and this is the Gendarmerie Special Forces. And when I first saw them, I thought, oh, these boys, they sure do look like the Ginyu Force. And then just moments later, lo and behold, they basically are Daima's version of the Ginyu Force. So hopefully they'll be entertaining. And entertaining is probably the most important thing, because based on the conversation he has with Dagus, it seems they're probably not that powerful. They kind of get a bit scared by this whole idea that Goku's team beat Majin Buu. They beat two of the Tamagami. So it makes me wonder what part they'll play in the story, because at the moment they're giving off vibes they're not that powerful compared to the main team anyway. However, I did find it kind of cool when Dagus was kind of explaining the situation to the Gendarmerie Special Forces. There was this cool map of the whole demon world, the whole demon realm. Sorry. So you got the third demon world on the outside, then a tunnel. The first tunnel goes to the second demon world in the middle, and then the next tunnel to the third demon realm. World in the middle. I keep saying mixing up realm and world. It's a cool map though. It's nice to see the layout of the demon realm, I suppose. Kind of looks like a weird nucleus. I don't know. So next up, we go back to Team Goku, and they have now discovered that Warp Summer has been disabled, which obviously isn't great. So they make their way to the tunnel that's blocked by the light shield. And this next sequence of events I found really interesting, where Goku wants to investigate it a bit further. So he drops the power pole onto the light shield, and it just sends like electricity or energy or something up his power pole, hits Goku, electrifies him, and then knocks him the fuck out, and he just starts dropping to the light shield. Everyone's panicking. But when it looks like Goku might fall on the light shield and potentially die, up steps Neva, the mysterious Neva, who keeps doing these bizarre things, and he does a chant, ball of ki or energy or whatever, and it hits the light shields and disables both of them. So he takes out the light shield, and obviously because they're in the second demon world, it takes out all the light shields, because that's both sides, I suppose. Although I suppose there would be the connecting ones, but he takes out all of them. All the shields are gone. The tunnel is operable. I thought it would be a bit more difficult than that. I thought that was going to be the way they would do it, but he did it in like seconds. Okay, so quick, fast travel enabled, I guess. And this next scene was kind of cool and enjoyable, because I just love seeing Majin Buu and Majin Ku doing stuff together, because they're a great pair, and they bump into the Gendarmerie Special Forces in the sweet shop or whatever. They're buying a couple bars of chocolate, and the Gendarmerie Force are buying a bunch of snacks. And they just have a cool moment where the Gendarmerie, like, oh yeah, we'll buy the chocolate. There's all this chocolate for you, and then they don't have enough money. Blah blah blah. It's funny. It's a cute, funny little moment. That's one part I love about Diamond. It's got these full of these light-hearted moments. So after that little bit of banter, we go back to Goku's team, and they're going through the tunnel. I don't know if it's high gravity or whatever, but the plane is hurtling through the tunnel, and it's not going to hold. So you know how much I love these planes constantly being destroyed. I guess we can kind of assume where this is going to go. And yeah, but before we get there, we for some reason get told what temperature it is in the first demon world, and it's 60 degrees Celsius, which is absolutely insane. Because as a Brit, I struggle in the summer when it gets to about 30 degrees Celsius, right? And for all you Americans out there, 60 degrees Celsius is about 140 Fahrenheit. Googling it up, it's apparently well beyond human survivability levels. So, the fighters like Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo might be fine. But what about, Bulma, Pansy, Hybis? Surely they'd struggle. Even, Pansy and Hybis can fly. They're not really fighters. But then the scene transitions a bit more. Glorio, forgot his name for a moment there, I was going to call him Gorillo or whatever Goku calls him. Glorio says that the plane won't make it. So here we go. They decide to, as they exit the tunnel, to bail out. And the plane meets its demise as it crashes into the surface of the first demon world. Another plane down. How many is that now? 4, 5? I've lost count. I don't know. If you include the one that one of Vegeta's that got, there was 2 that got stolen, including the one Team Vegeta had when they were separated. They've gone through a lot of these things at this point. But we wrap up this episode with the team all descending, and they get immediately spotted by the Gendarmerie, who start firing at them. And we don't see the conclusion of this. This will happen next week. But all in all, a fairly enjoyable episode for me. It was definitely a step up on last week's episode. It was good to see the plot move forward, even if the action was lacking. We don't always need action, but it's good to see the plot moving, because it just standing still like it did last week's episode, it was quite frustrating. But until next week, I will see you all later. Bye for now.